Fuse for me. Watching the 3 globes of liquid struggling to escape from the massive fire cauldron, Xiao had long anticipated this. The amber flames transformed into giant fiery nets, directly covering and suppressing them, rendering them immobile, unable to move a single inch, leaving Xiao in control. Buzz, buzz, buzz. No matter how they struggled, the terrifying repulsive force was suppressed by Xiao, and soon the 3 globes of liquid became calm. Under Xiao delicate manipulation, they began to fuse. Meanwhile, as Xiao started the fusion, the entire sky became eerily quiet. No problems appeared along the way, and it felt as if everything was unfolding effortlessly, like catching a falling leaf. The fusion didn't last long. After several hours, a faint scent of medicinal herbs began to permeate from the massive fire cauldron in front of Xiao. Above, a golden arc of light appeared first, like droplets of rain falling. Soon after, the whole world shook, and dark clouds gathered in the sky, slowly forming into terrifying thunderclouds. What is this thunder of pill? Xiao couldn't help but divert a small part of his attention to the horrifying thunderclouds in the sky. Swallowing hard, he stared in astonishment at the sky. Above the vast sky, dark thunderclouds covered the entire heavens, making the small world below seem as if it might tear apart under the weight of these terrifying clouds. Within the thunderclouds, arcs of golden lightning appeared unusually powerful. Just the sight of that force made Xiao feel an uncommon heart-pounding sensation. If it were to fall at random, even a 7-star Dou would be obliterated. The thunder of pills generated by a 6th-grade immortal-level pill. What kind of thunder is this? Xiao thought to himself. Good heavens, it's actually the 7 mystical demon lightning, the most terrifying thunder among immortal-level alchemists. And this guy's fusion method is extraordinarily skilled. His potential is terrifying. He's not just at the 6th-grade immortal level. Watching Xiao smoothly carry out every step of the pill refining, from extracting the ingredients to fusing the pill, Elder Feng stood in the sky, drawing a fiery barrier around himself to protect himself. Pill thunder is the final step in successful alchemy. Elder Feng wouldn't intervene unless absolutely necessary, because once he did, Xiao test would fail. Moreover, in alchemy, from the imperial level to the immortal and even the sacred level, each stage has its own unique pill thunder tribulation. After a few breaths, the swirling black thunderclouds finally reached their peak. Xiao watched as a golden arc of lightning suddenly surged out from the black thunderclouds, like the vanguard of a fierce army charging forward, roaring towards Xiao. The golden lightning arc was extremely dazzling, like a brilliant star falling to the mortal realm, carrying a terrifying force that could destroy everything in its path. Here it comes. Dragon God Transformation. Xiao smiled slightly, activating his Dragon God Transformation. His muscles tensed with terrifying strength. There was no doubt that after activating the Dragon God Transformation, Xiao physical power alone was enough to crack mountains and split the earth. Even facing a real 8-star Dou head-on, it would be no problem. This golden lightning arc was clearly just a probing attack from the thunderclouds, so Xiao didn't dare to relax. He chose to face it head-on with his powerful body and the Dragon God Transformation's enhancements, preparing for the next stage of his cultivation, the 4th transformation of the Dragon God. Whoosh! As the golden lightning arc approached Xiao body within a few dozen meters, it effortlessly transformed into a lightning arrow, whistling through the air with a buzzing sound. Crack! With a deep breath, Xiao gathered all his strength into his fist. The Dragon God Transformation, along with his bloodline power, surged as he launched a punch towards the lightning arrow. What terrifying thunder power! The moment the blow landed, the golden lightning arrow disintegrated into countless fragments in midair, while Xiao arm ached slightly. A tingling sensation spread throughout his body. Even with the Dragon God Transformation, this level of pill thunder was still quite troublesome. If it were an ordinary alchemist, they'd likely be obliterated. This is the 7 mystical demon lightning, the most terrifying pill thunder among immortal-level alchemists. To trigger such a terrifying pill thunder tribulation proves you have an extremely terrifying foundation. As for surpassing the 6th grade and reaching the peak of immortal level, the 7th grade, that level is defined by the color of the 7 mystical demon lightning. From 1 to 7, after the 7 mystical demon lightning, you can step into the realm that countless alchemists dream of, the sacred level. Elder Feng hurriedly explained to Xiao. Boom, boom, boom. The golden lightning arcs from the dark thunderclouds were easily blocked by Xiao. Thunderclouds rolled ominously, and in an instant, the layered clouds above became even stranger. A terrifyingly oppressive force poured down from the storm, like the wrath of the gods, ready to unleash divine punishment upon the world. Hoo-hoo. Seeing this, Xiao dragon god transformation and bloodline once again surged, his palms tightening, sweat beads forming on his forehead. His heart raced furiously, and the pores on his skin stood on end as if electrified. Old friend, it seems you've forgotten about me. At that moment, just as Xiao was preparing to resist with the sacred flame combined with his dragon god transformation, a carefree laugh and figure flew out from his soul sea, sitting calmly before him. Xiao. Xiaolei. Xiao couldn't help but be surprised. Get ready. As Xiaolei appeared, there was no time for much conversation. After all, since they shared the same body, they naturally understood each other's thoughts. The clouds in the sky had finally finished gathering, and a terrifying thunderbolt capable of crossing the entire small world was about to descend. It swooped down from the sky like an eagle, looking down arrogantly at Xiao. The effects of some high-tier pills had already reached a level of divine jealousy, and thus, the birth of every such pill was accompanied by terrifying thunder. Crash! As the thunders might appeared, Xiao and Xiaolei's bodies tensed simultaneously. They immediately pushed their power to the limit, their eyes fixed on the thunderbolt coming from the sky. Boom! The sound of thunder spread, and it was like an energy tide sweeping over them. Yet, despite the overwhelming power of the thunder, it began to weaken under the combined efforts of Xiao and Xiaolei. It's time! Xiao smiled at Xiaolei as the power of the 7 mystical demon lightning weakened. Zzz. Whoosh! Just as he spoke, the mighty golden lightning arc was forcefully split in two by Xiao, and then slowly wrapped around both of their bodies. Howls of suffering echoed as the demon thunder gradually faded, and Xiao body became even stronger. The key moment came when Xiaolei absorbed the lightning power. Xiao faintly felt their bond had weakened slightly. It seemed that Xiaolei was starting to detach and become independent. If he absorbed more power, this might truly happen. TSK. He really is a true madman. The sacred flame, the massive soul power, combined with his soul clone, even now risking great danger by absorbing the 7 mystical demon lightning to enhance his physical strength. This guy is by far the most terrifying genius I've ever seen in my entire life. Even the true geniuses from our clan probably wouldn't gain much advantage facing him. This child will probably become a towering figure in the alchemist world in the future. Watching as the thunder rolled away and was absorbed by Xiao and Xiaolei, their bodies grew even stronger, as unyielding as mountains. Elder Feng couldn't help but mutter, her voice filled with admiration. Clearly, the alchemist talent displayed by this young man made even her, a seasoned veteran, feel inferior. Boom! In the skies, Xiao and Xiaolei continued to absorb the 7 mystical demon lightning. After a long time, they finally opened their eyes. However, their aura and strength had greatly increased. Moreover, Xiao noticed that Xiaolei's affinity for lightning power surpassed that of most other powers, and absorbing more might cause a mutation. Form now. As the thunderclouds dissipated, a dark red pill, the size of a dragon's eye, exuded an intoxicating fragrance from the giant flame cauldron, tempting their senses. Whoosh! With a roar, the pill completely fused, and the sealed violet demon pill was finally successfully refined by Xiao. Senior, I am grateful for your trust. Taking out a fine jade bottle, he carefully placed the pill inside, then immediately walked toward Elder Feng. As for Xiaolei, after absorbing the 7 mystical demon lightning, he returned to the Soul Sea, seemingly undergoing some kind of special transformation. Not bad, not bad. The pill quality is excellent. You've passed the first test. Elder Feng gently took the pill from Xiao Yan's hand and examined it closely. After a moment, he handed it back to Xiao Yan with a smile. I have to say, Xiao Yan's success rate and the pill's quality have already surpassed my own, which makes Elder Feng feel a little embarrassed. However, as an experienced alchemist, he wouldn't be bothered by such minor matters. You passed the first test perfectly, but there's still the second test. Don't get too happy just yet. If you fail the second test, the assessment will naturally end in failure, Elder Feng said, splashing cold water on Xiao Yan's brilliant smile. May I ask, what is the second test? Please guide me, senior. Xiao Yan carefully stored the pill and looked at Elder Feng. The second test, it's simple, but also difficult. To become an alchemist, apart from having a powerful soul force, flame mastery, and perception, one also needs a vast amount of Do Qi to support them. After all, high-level alchemists often take days or even months to refine pills, so strength becomes crucial. As alchemists, we have our unique advantages. We don't need overwhelming combat power, but we cannot afford to be careless when it comes to danger and power. However, considering your perfect performance in the first test, I've decided to adjust the difficulty of your assessment, Elder Feng said, a faint smile on his face. Xiao Yan's face darkened. He had a feeling he had already fallen into Elder Feng's trap. Usually, the second test for alchemists is to fight against a magical beast and hold out for 3 days to pass. But for you, I expect you to defeat the beast. Don't underestimate this challenge. If you succeed, fellow alchemists of the same rank will look at you with newfound respect, because this is considered a hellish test by many alchemists. Imagine a high-level alchemist with overwhelming combat strength. How shocking would that be? So, how about it? Do you have confidence? Elder Feng asked, his expression full of anticipation. What's the benefit of this hellish mode? Xiao Yan countered. All he needed was an alchemist's badge to attend the Yao clan's grand ceremony. If this hellish mode offered no real advantage, Xiao Yan had no intention of going through the trouble. The benefit? It's to become an object of respect among countless alchemists. Elder Feng replied ambiguously. Then Xiao Yan smiled, still not fully convinced. Stop dragging your feet, kid. That's settled then. Before Xiao Yan could agree, Elder Feng disappeared in an instant, leaving only a mischievous smile behind. Shivers. For some reason, Xiao Yan felt a chill run through him, involuntarily trembling. This small world seems to be sealed. No way in or out? Did Elder Feng do this? Xiao Yan muttered, puzzled, as he landed back in the rocky world. Boom! Just as Xiao Yan felt uncertain, the entire world suddenly trembled, the ground shaking violently as mountains and rivers collapsed, as if the world itself was slowly crumbling. What's going on? Xiao Yan felt the entire world rocking, and a sense of foreboding surged in his heart. Wait a minute, this is the Titan Mammoth from the beast world, the mighty king of beasts, the Titan Mammoth? The next moment, as Xiao Yan walked forward, he saw 2 white jade pillars curving like crescent moons, and then a colossal pillar resembling an elephant's trunk supporting the sky. His eyes widened in shock, and he gasped. What he saw before him was a massive face, exuding an aura of laziness, clearly a creature that had just awakened from slumber. Turning around, he realized the rocky area he had just tested in was actually part of the Titan Mammoth's trunk, a vast area. Boom! At that moment, Xiao Yan's skin tingled all over, and an unprecedented sense of dread surged through him. The beast world had many magical beasts, but the Titan Mammoth was undoubtedly one of the most iconic rulers. In terms of raw power, even the tin-colored sky-devouring python's power couldn't compare to it in a battle. The Titan Mammoth before him resembled a giant elephant, standing 100 meters tall, with legs so thick and powerful they could crush countless beasts of the same rank. Boom! The Titan Mammoth shook violently, its massive body weighing tens of thousands of kilograms trembling as layers of earthy rocks shattered, revealing a dense coat of black fur. It turned out that the rocks were merely a layer of stone shackles, possibly picked up by this creature from somewhere during its recent wanderings. At this moment, Xiao Yan's heart was filled with an unimaginable shock. However, His dragon god art didn't trigger any reactions. Unconsciously, it began to spread, releasing a terrifying aura exclusive to the dragon clan, and its presence surged without a doubt. A giant of the magical beast world, the Titan Mammoth? But compared to the dragon clan, which stood at the pinnacle of all things, what was this creature worth? Good heavens! It's said that the Titan Mammoth is one of the rarest species among magical beasts. Not only is it immensely powerful, but it also has no known countermeasures. With a single step, almost no one can survive. Even a normal 7-star Do-Sien Titan Mammoth can match a human at the early stage of 8-star Do-Sien, and this beast's power has reached the rare Immortal Grade 7, enough to rival a human late-stage 7-star Do-Sien expert. Even some mid to late-stage 8-star Do-Sien experts would have to retreat in the face of it. Xiao Yan's body moved swiftly as he soared into the air, muttering to himself. Once Xiao Yan left the Titan Mammoth's reach and took to the sky, he realized this beast was a true heavyweight. Its body alone likely occupied half of this small world. Yet, Xiao Yan found himself puzzled. With such a massive body, it was clear this creature's movement was restricted. How then could it be revered as the pinnacle of the magical beast world? Boom! The Titan Mammoth seemed to have just awoken, filled with resentment and anger. Its giant eyes locked onto Xiao Yan, clearly intrigued by him. Soon, Xiao Yan's doubts were shattered by the Titan Mammoth. Crack! With a mighty gesture, the Titan Mammoth lifted its front foot and stomped toward the void where Xiao Yan hovered. The sound of space shattering echoed through the air. This is bad. What kind of power is this? Before Xiao Yan could prepare himself, he suddenly felt a looming shadow above him. A massive foot appeared, and no matter how Xiao Yan struggled, he seemed unable to move. Even all the strength within him was rendered useless beneath the shadow of this gigantic foot. Isn't this a bit too harsh? After all, the fact that he successfully refined the pill already qualifies him for the evaluation. The Titan Mammoth is one of our Yao clan's guardian beasts. Elder Feng, hidden within the small world, looked at Xiao Yan in his predicament and couldn't help but speak up. Rip. At the critical moment, Xiao Yan's feet sank into the void. With a swift hand seal for spatial movement, he narrowly avoided the Titan Mammoth's terrifying attack. Had he been stomped on, his body would have been shattered into blood and flesh. This creature doesn't resemble any kind of spirit body. It's more like a real magical beast raised by someone. Could it be the Yao clan's work? As Xiao Yan fled and reappeared, his eyes grew deeper in contemplation. A creature like the Titan Mammoth would not be something an ordinary human force could possess. Only a colossal race like the Yao clan would have the right to keep such a beast. Roar! The Titan Mammoth, clearly annoyed after just waking up, prepared to crush Xiao Yan underfoot. But upon realizing Xiao Yan had evaded its attack, it acted like a mischievous child. Its trunk rose high, and its massive body began to move toward Xiao Yan. Dragon God transformation. At this moment, Xiao Yan held nothing back. His entire body surged with power, triggering the first, second, and third transformations of the Dragon God art, pushing his physical strength to its limits. Coupled with the earlier refining of the 7 mystical demon lightning, faint golden patterns appeared on Xiao Yan's skin, hidden beneath his flesh. Additionally, faint streaks of lightning danced across him, making Xiao Yan seem extraordinarily formidable. Boom! As the Titan Mammoth approached, it swung its front foot again, unleashing a terrifying Titan Divine Fist. The energy surged into the sky, and a pale yellow energy wave swept outward, devastating the surroundings and shaking the world. Rip. Basha's scale. Witnessing the Titan Mammoth's terrifying punch, Xiao Yan could no longer hold back his enthusiasm. The Basha's mark on his arm shimmered with fierce, powerful energy, and with a tight fist, he formed a massive green fist covered in Basha's scales, which directly collided with the Titan Mammoth's punch. What? Even though this guy has practiced quite a remarkable body refining technique, the strength of the Titan Mammoth is not something an ordinary human can compare to. At this moment, Elder Feng's eyes became exceptionally serious. She wouldn't stop Xiao Yan, but if Xiao Yan was overwhelmed, she would take immediate action. Boom! The two fists collided, and instantly, countless voids in the small world shattered like glass. Numerous spatial rifts uncontrollably scattered in all directions. Whoosh whoosh. With a sharp sound, the fists landed, and countless energy ripples spread out. The result, however, was a draw. The massive body of the Titan Mammoth staggered back a few dozen steps, while Xiao Yan's body was suddenly sent flying through the sky by the shockwave. Fiery explosion technique. Xiao Yan sneered, his speed soaring as brilliant flames, like a precious gem, enveloped his feet. His speed was so fast, it was like a ghost, instantly crossing the Titan Mammoth's line of sight. In the blink of an eye, Xiao Yan reappeared, already standing in front of the Titan Mammoth's trunk. Boom, boom. The previous strike made the Titan Mammoth truly take notice of Xiao Yan. Feeling Xiao Yan's aura, its massive body trembled violently, and a heavy aura, as oppressive as the stars and moon of the 9 heavens, pressed down on Xiao Yan. Ugh! Suppressed by such terrifying power, Xiao Yan's body suddenly plummeted, while the Titan Mammoth's massive mouth slightly opened, seemingly mocking Xiao Yan for daring to challenge the supreme position of the magical beast world. Boom! In the next moment, without any hesitation, the Titan Mammoth lifted its front legs simultaneously, taking advantage of Xiao Yan's current predicament to attempt a deadly strike. I've been waiting for this. Punch of Baxia. Just as the giant shadow of its footsteps loomed over Xiao Yan, in the last second, Xiao Yan's arms surged with a cyan glow, and an image of Baxia enveloped his fist, making it appear exceptionally solid and heavy. Then, a dragon's roar that pierced through the heavens and earth suddenly erupted, and in an instant, the world lost its color. Heh, little one. You've passed this second test perfectly. Just as Xiao Yan moved, Elder Feng's figure appeared, and a mysterious force instantly teleported the Titan Mammoth away. Boom! In that instant, Xiao Yan's attack struck the void of the small world, and the sound of cracking and breaking filled the air as the entire space exploded. Thank you, Senior. Hearing this, Xiao Yan retracted all his strength, smiling slightly. With the third transformation of the Dragon God transformation, the Baxia's mark, Xiao Yan had become increasingly proficient. Now, he could fully empower one of his arms with the power of Baxia's mark. A punch of that caliber would likely be enough to kill a true 8-star Docian. However, against the Titan Mammoth just now, it could only cause some serious damage. As for obliterating it, that was far too abstract. After all, the Titan Mammoth's strength was well known to all humans. Xiao Yan was also quite surprised by the mysterious aura emanating from the Titan Mammoth's Titan Divine Fist and its giant foot, which could imprison all forces. It was no wonder this beast was called the behemoth of the magical beast world. It certainly had its pride. But now, with the trial successfully completed, Xiao Yan had no other thoughts on the matter. Whoosh whoosh. Let's go. This space has been shattered by your punch, and we can't stay here any longer. Otherwise, if we get caught in the chaotic flow of time and space, even I won't be able to handle it. However, I must congratulate you. You've successfully passed the trial to become a 6th-grade Immortal-Class alchemist. Elder Feng's voice carried a sense of pride, and with a wave of her hand, she took Xiao Yan and left, heading back to their previous location. This time in the small world lasted only about 20 days. Due to the special nature of the small world, less than an incense stick's worth of time had passed in the outside world. When Xiao Yan returned, some other events were unfolding outside. Xun'er and Yao Shirgue were quietly sitting in the hall, waiting for Xiao Yan's return. Before long, the door suddenly swung open, and 2 figures entered. They were 2 handsome men, but they were not greeted by any members of the Yao clan. Their posture was arrogant and unruly, as if they were naturally superior to everyone else. Big brother, do you think the girl Lord Lu Hao mentioned is the one in front of us? One of the men surveyed the room and was the first to spot Xun'er. He couldn't help but recall Lu Hao's instructions in his mind. You of the CS sect are considered one of the top powers of the Doyun continent, second only to the ancient 7 clans. This time, at the Yao clan's grand ceremony, I need you to keep a close eye on one person. The saintess of the Gu clan, Gu Xun'er. She has been hidden away by the Gu clan, and almost no one outside knows about her. I'll show you her portrait, and remember to report her every move to me. After the Yao clan's grand ceremony, our Holy See will send them a great gift. Lu Hao's words were mysterious and profound, but the two brothers naturally had no choice but to trust him. After all, for their sect to surpass the ancient 7 great clans, they would undoubtedly need the Holy See's assistance. The two individuals were Elder Shen Yi and Shen Hong, the strongest of the younger generation in the CS sect. Moreover, in higher realms, the distinction for the younger generation was quite vague. Generally, anyone under 100 years old was considered young. After all, even a Dou emperor would have an exceptionally long life, and without a significant life-threatening event, it would be nearly impossible for them to fall. On Shen Hong's chest, a dazzling alchemist medal flickered. Upon closer inspection, a large, immortal character appeared, surrounded by 5 golden stars. Beneath them, 3 silver stars also gleamed brightly. A peak heaven-tier alchemist at the 5th grade of Immortal-Class. This beautiful young lady. Shen Hong spoke elegantly, stepping forward like a gentleman toward Xun'er, his voice soft. In his eyes, Xun'er now exuded grace and elegance, her 3,000 strands of hair swaying freely like a butterfly dancing in the wind, radiating an indescribable celestial charm. Her beauty, as enchanting as a fish in water or a phoenix in the sky, combined with that nearly perfect, jade-like aura, made Shen Hong realize why Lu Hao held such lingering feelings toward her. Let's go. Brother Xiao should be finishing his seclusion soon. Xun'er, unaffected, completely ignored Shen Hong's words. Her beautiful eyes glanced toward the incense burner, noticing that a stick of incense was about to burn out. She immediately stood up and, with Yao Shigui in tow, walked toward the door, her graceful figure causing numerous onlookers to sigh in admiration. This damned woman. She dares to ignore me like this? I hope she doesn't end up in my hands, or else? As he glared at her, a flash of anger appeared in Shen Hong's eyes. As a powerful peak heaven-tier alchemist, Shen Hong enjoyed a high status within the CS sect, with countless women throwing themselves at him. For someone to catch his eye was their great fortune. Yet this ungrateful woman seemed oblivious. Boom. Slap. Just as Shen Hong's violent thoughts began to stir, a man in black suddenly appeared in front of him. The next moment, a sharp slap echoed, followed by a burning sensation on Shen Hong's cheek. Everything happened in the blink of an eye, and Shen Hong and Shen Yi had no time to react before the bright red handprint appeared on Shen Hong's face. Who is it? Show yourself. Enraged by the inexplicable attack and humiliation, Shen Hong roared, his aura exploding as his immortal realm soul power surged. His 7-star Dou Xian early-stage strength was fully unleashed. Next time something like this happens, it won't be just a simple lesson. Next time, I'll personally erase you, turning your soul into a puppet, torturing you every day. Stay away from her. A chilling and terrifying killing intent slowly spread from the man in black, filling the entire hall with a dreadful air. Who are you to dare act like this towards me? I am a dignified immortal. Glup. Shen Hong's gaze froze as he fought to resist Xiao Yan's aura of attack and killing intent. However, when his eyes fell upon the medal on Xiao Yan's chest, he gasped in shock. Immortal-Class 6, Peak Heaven-Tier Alchemist? Wait, that giant elephant? How is that possible? At this moment, a rare shock surged through Shen Hong's heart. As an alchemist, he was extremely familiar with the medal Xiao Yan wore. It was unmistakably the badge of a peak Immortal-Class 6 alchemist, and that giant elephant was definitely the result of passing through the Hell mode. An alchemist who could survive Hell mode would be a freak of nature, with overwhelming alchemical skills and combat power. I hope you don't do something stupid, or I'll kill you even if you're an 8-star. You seem to have a familiar aura. Tell that guy to stay away from my wife, or one day, he will regret it. Xiao Yan's voice echoed as his figure walked toward the outside. This guy. Hearing Xiao Yan's words, Shen Hong and Shen Yi both shook their heads. He must have some past with Lu Hao. While we need the Holy See's support, there's no need to make enemies with such a powerful person. Your arrogance and hostility need to be reined in. or it will bring devastating consequences to our sect. Elder Shani had sensed something from Xiao Yan's stern warning and immediately advised. Yes. At this moment, Xun'er surprisingly didn't argue and fell unusually silent. This isn't like you at all. Forget it. Let's go. I'll take you to assess your Immortal-Class 6. Whether you succeed or not depends on you. All right. Xun'er nodded. However, having held a high position for so long, this was the first time he had been so intimidated and humiliated by Xiao Yan. The seeds of resentment that Xiao Yan had planted in his heart long ago had already taken root. Moreover, Lu Hao had secretly provided Xun'er with many treasures. After the Yao clan's grand celebration, the coming calamity would likely be closely related to this narrow-minded Xun'er. The Yao clan and the Holy Sea were like fire and water. This place completely rejected the Holy Sea and would never allow its experts to enter the spirit-concealing mountain range. If it hadn't been for Xun'er's intervention, this so-called calamity might never have happened. That calamity belonged to Xiao Yan.